Good evening, y'all. We are going to make some pork chops and some gravy in the oven. So what I have is 6 boneless, skinless pork loins here. And what you're going to do is you're going to take some pepper and you're going to sprinkle it on each side. Okay, so we're going to start on the side. We're going to put some salt on here. Then we're going to put some onion powder. Some garlic powder, and you can use whatever seasonings that you like on your pork chops. And I'm using Cavender's all-purpose Greek seasoning. We're going to sprinkle that on there, and then you're just going to press it in, and we're going to flip them and put some on the other side. And then we're going to fry them in the frying pan. Let me wash my hand. Sorry, y'all, I just don't like touching the seasonings with dirty hands. So we put some salt, some pepper, okay, onion powder, garlic powder, and some Cavender's, and then we're going to go ahead and press that in as well. And then you want some butter and a skillet, because we're going to brown them on each side, and then we're going to pop them in the oven. So I got 3 tablespoons of butter, and we're going to go ahead and melt that butter down, and we're going to fry these pork chops up and brown them on each side. So while we're waiting for this butter to melt, I want to let everybody know that we have cookbooks available for purchase. I'll put a link above and below in the comments if any of you want to purchase those. And we're going to get ready to get these bad boys fried up. So let's go ahead and get them in our pan. Right, y'all. And I'm only going to put in 3 at a time because I don't want to overcrowd the pan. Okay, so we're going to give it a few minutes on each side just until it browns up. Flip them, and we're going to brown them on the other side. And then we're going to work on the other 3. And then we'll work on the gravy, simple, easy gravy that we're going to put on top of this. So all you need is a can of cream of mushroom soup, or a can of cream of celery would be great, and evaporated milk and a little bit of water. And that's what we're going to put on top of this. Super simple, super easy, something you can cook when your kids get home or home from work, and it'll turn out just fine. You can use bone-in pork chops as well. We've done the same thing with that. So again, you can change the seasonings up to anything that you want on your pork. That's completely up to you. Okay, y'all, so we're going to go ahead and flip them, and we're going to brown them on this side. Also, we're going to go ahead, and no, they're not going to be cooked all the way through. We're going to put them in our casserole dish to set them to the side. And we're going to put our other ones in here and brown these ones a few minutes on each side as well. So let's go ahead and flip this one and brown them on this side. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and take these out, and we're going to put them in our casserole dish. And now I have 1 onion that I put in my chopper. So put that in here, and we're going to saute our onion around. Okay, make sure we get all of our onion. Okay. We'll get all the brown bits of flavor at the bottom up. So we're just going to go ahead and soften these onions up. Alright, so once your onions get semi-softened, you want to put 2 teaspoons of minced garlic in there, and you just want to cook this for 1 more minute with those onions. Alright y'all, so that's all done. So what we're going to do is turn our heat off, and we're going to pour this on top of our pork chops. We're going to take our onions and garlic and we're going to sprinkle it around on top of our pork chops. Okay, get that all in there. Alright y'all, so now let's work on our gravy. So let's put this and smush it around a little bit. And we're going to put this to the side. Alright y'all, so in this bowl here I have 1 can of evaporated milk. So 1 can of evaporated milk, and then I need 2/3 of a cup of water. Okay. Then I'm going to use 1 can of cream of mushroom and 1 can of cream of celery. And you do not have to use this, but I'm using the reduced sodium. And I'm going to go ahead and pour our can of cream of mushroom and the can of cream of celery. Now you can use both cream of mushroom, both cream of celery. So I'm using the cream of mushroom, but you can use both cream of mushroom, 2 creams of celery, whatever you prefer. There's so many cream of different soups. So you can use cream of onion, there's cream of bacon, there's so many different ones. So you pick and choose your 2 favorite that you want for pork. Okay, so here's the cream of celery. And I'm going to go ahead and mix these together. Alright y'all, so we're going to pour this on top. Okay, and we're going to put this in the oven. 350 degrees for 45 minutes. Okay. So if it goes in a little longer, I will let you know. So we'll be back here in about 45 minutes. Alright y'all, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of the liquid out of here and mix it with some cornstarch, and then we're going to put it back in the oven for about 10 minutes. Alright y'all, so I have 1.5 cups of my liquid, and I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of cornstarch in here, and I'll show you here in a second. I know you can't see it. So I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of cornstarch in here, and I'm going to whisk this together. Okay, and then we're going to pour it back in with our pork chops. Try to get the lumps out, and we're going to put it back in for about 10-15 minutes. Okay, until your liquid semi thickens up. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and dump this back in here. I'm just going to go ahead and smush it around. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and we're going to pop it in for 10-15 more minutes so a little bit of this gravy can thicken up, but we use the gravy for mashed potatoes. So you don't want to thicken it up too much, you just want to thicken up just a little bit. Okay? Alright y'all, it's all done, so I'm going to go ahead and take a pork chop out of there. And as you can see, it's thickened up. So you can find me a spoon. Use this gravy, pour it on top. You can see it's thicker. And if you want it a little bit thicker, just add a little bit more cornstarch and it'll thicken up. And we use it for mashed potatoes. So we like to have a little gravy left over so we can put it with our mashed potatoes. So I hope everybody has a wonderful afternoon. If anybody has any questions, feel free to get in contact with us. And I hope everybody has a lovely day.